Pat was there about 4 years at the helm, running this company, and obviously the turnaround didn't happen. And in this case, I think the strategy that he laid out just wasn't convincing enough for investors to believe that Intel as an entity would turn around. Everyone was talking about either them selling parts of the business to Qualcomm or divesting the foundry business. So clearly the strategy that Pat laid out wasn't going to turn around the company, and that's why I think he's going.
You look at this release and kind of study the tea leaves here as well, and so how much of that strategy stays as these two executives take over on an interim basis and the search is mounted to find a permanent successor? How much of the Gelsinger strategy remains while all that's unfolding?
Well, so I think where he got that wrong was in terms of pivoting too much on the foundry side. Remember, Intel tried to acquire this company called Power Semis. That didn't go through because of regulatory hurdles. But if you have to turn around a company like Intel, and turnarounds are very tough in tech. I mean, Microsoft is the most notable one that has actually successfully turned around. But with Intel, like doing both chip design and competing with Nvidia on the design side and then competing with TSMC on the foundry side was a lot to take on. And I think that's where probably any new guy coming would pick either side, either the design side or the foundry side. And that would be my guess, probably an external candidate. I don't think anyone internally would be able to do it. But
so, I mean, when people always argue about, let's fire this coach or fire this general manager, I'm like, okay, that's the easy part.
Yeah.
But who are you going to hire that's better? Is there somebody out there that the street wants for Intel?
I think you got to get either a guy from Nvidia, left or right lieutenant, or somebody from TSMC. Yes. Because those are the two main pockets that Intel competes in. So, but pick a side, either the foundry side or the design side. If it's the design, get somebody from Nvidia. If it's the foundry side, get somebody from TSMC.
And who makes that decision? Is it Paul's former colleague? Who's going to make that call? Which side they go to?
Well, I mean, the board, I think, has a duty here to at least make a decision on how they want to pivot the company. And then the strategic options. I think they left it for too late to figure out, are they going to divest some asset or M&A? And now the company's bleeding cash every year. Yeah. You just got to figure out. And they had 3 rounds of job cuts to make it worse. So these are the type of things. When you decide, you stick to that plan. If you're going to cut jobs, cut deep.